We all love sleep. Some of us go to bed early, some of us wake up late, some of us only get a few hours of sleep at night. Regardless, it's one of the most important ways of taking care of our bodies. As infants, it was important that we got about 16 hours of sleep each day. As teenagers, 9 hours on average. Adults should typically get 7 or 8 hours of sleep. When you don't get enough hours, you start a running debt. Eventually, if you keep missing sleep, your body collects the debt on its own. That's one of those sleeping until 1 o'clock in the afternoon situations. Sleep gives the cells in our nervous system a chance to repair themselves. If we don't sleep, our neurons become energy depleted and begin malfunctioning. While sleeping, our brains release growth hormone, and our cells increase in metabolic activity. Meanwhile, brain activity reduces for areas involved with emotions, decision-making, and socializing. Our bodies use a neurotransmitter to keep our brain awake, releasing either serotonin or norepinephrine from the brainstem. A chemical called adenosine builds up in our blood while we are awake and causes drowsiness. When there is enough buildup, neurons in the base of the brain start firing to signal falling asleep. While sleeping, the adenosine can be broken down and recycled. During sleep, there are 5 phases: stages 1, 2, 3, 4, and REM, or rapid eye movement, the part of our sleep cycle where we dream. We typically experience a cycle from stage 1 to REM sleep and repeat. A complete sleep cycle takes about 90 to 110 minutes. Each sleep cycle contains a larger portion of REM sleep as the night progresses. The daily cycles our body follows are called circadian rhythms. This includes changes in mental and physical characteristics throughout the day, governed by the body's biological clock. Did you know the biological clock cycle is actually 25 hours long, not 24? This clock is in the part of the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN, inside the hypothalamus. The clock is controlled by light signals, which switch a hormone called melatonin on and off. Melatonin increases when it gets dark, making you drowsy.
So what happens when we decide to pull an all-nighter? Researchers have found several things happen actually. After missing 1 full night of sleep, maintaining attention becomes difficult. Without sleep, adenosine levels in the body begin to rise, which in turn lowers levels of acetylcholine, a chemical associated with vigilance. Many activities in our daily lives require vigilance to do well, including driving, video games, studying, and surviving long lectures. Lower activation of the prefrontal cortex also occurs after sleep deprivation, another reason why concentrating is so hard without sleep. With concentration impaired, learning and remembering become challenging, as well as ignoring distractions. Besides feeling really tired, people without sleep are more likely to feel anxious and distressed. After a night without sleep, activation levels in the bilateral amygdala and the right anterior insula begin to rise. These areas are often highly activated in individuals with anxiety disorders. Stress thresholds also become lower, which means situations normally perceived as non-threatening actually feel more stressful to those who have had no sleep than those who have had a good night's rest. Tired, distracted, and anxious, not the best way to start your day.
Lots of people have a hard time sleeping at night. This could be because we're taking long naps during the day, or perhaps watching Netflix before going to sleep. Electronic media use, such as using your laptop before bed, playing video games, and using your phone, all contribute to later bedtimes, shorter sleep durations, and sleep disturbances. The LED emission from these devices suppresses melatonin secretion and decreases sleepiness. Did you know that napping for a solid 10 minutes improves performance and learning ability? A nap longer than 30 minutes actually contributes to a loss of productivity. The habit of staying up late not only contributes to sleepiness during class, but also contributes in poor dietary habits and poor physical and mental health. So, sleeping pills, you say? It is true that sleeping pills induce sleep almost immediately and relieve anxiety and insomnia, but taking sleeping pills are actually more negative than positive. Sleeping pills have many side effects, including tingling in hands, imbalance, headaches, dizziness, daytime drowsiness, unusual dreams, and weakness, to name a few. Some studies have shown you can develop a tolerance after just 2 to 4 weeks. More importantly, you also increase the risk of becoming addicted. Now, something every student has probably done is overload on caffeine. But did you know it takes about 6 hours for 1/2 of the caffeine to be eliminated from your body? Caffeine temporarily makes us feel alert by blocking sleep-inducing chemicals in the brain and increasing adrenaline production. This is great for helping us pull that all-nighter, but what is caffeine really contributing to? It reduces fine motor coordination, causes insomnia, headaches, nervousness, and dizziness. It results in anxiety, irritability, rapid heartbeat, and can lead to a caffeine crash. So how do you get a good night's sleep, you ask? Simple. Follow these steps. First, avoid the use of sleeping pills. Second, try not to consume caffeine late in the day. Third, exercise at least 3 hours before going to sleep because workouts 2 to 3 hours beforehand leave you too revved up. 4, avoid big meals before bedtime. 5, try a hot bath, reading directly before bed, meditating. 6, avoid the use of technology before bed. And 7, try not to nap for more than 30 minutes.